Welcome to Premium Coin Deals, hey coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to Coin Clarity, your one-stop shop for everything numismatic. Today's topic? The legendary 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter with no mint mark, and the jaw-dropping claim that one of these coins sold for a staggering $1.7 million. Face screaming if you're money bag, but is it true? And how can you tell if you have one? Let's dig in. To celebrate America's 200th birthday in 1976, the U.S. Mint released special bicentennial coins, quarters, half dollars, and dollars, all bearing the dual date 1776 to 1976. The quarter featured a new reverse design by Jack L. AHR, showing a colonial drummer and a victory torch. But here's the twist, not all these quarters are the same. Most bicentennial quarters were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D., or San Francisco, S. So, if your quarter has no mint mark, it was likely minted in Philadelphia. And while that doesn't automatically mean it's rare, some of these have unique characteristics that make them extremely valuable. But $1.7 million? Let's talk. Recently, headlines exploded claiming a 1776 to 1976 no mint mark quarter sold for $1.7 million. But before you tear through your piggy bank, let's break it down. Truth is, while some bicentennial quarters can be worth thousands, most are worth just 25 cents. The $1.7 million claim likely refers to either a misleading online listing possibly never actually sold, a coin with a unique error and in pristine condition graded MS 68 or higher, and even then, reaching seven figures is extremely rare. So what should you look for? Here's what separates the junk drawer quarter from the jackpot. White heavy checkmark high grade. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC at MS 67 or higher are rare. White heavy checkmark errors. Look for double die obverse, misstrikes, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. White heavy checkmark silver composition. San Francisco also minted 40% silver versions. Those have value even in circulated condition. White heavy checkmark condition and I appeal. Sharp strike, no scratches, full luster. You're in business. We spoke to coin expert Mark Johnson from the American Numismatic Association. Here's what he said. Most 1776 to 1976 quarters without a mint mark are common, but a perfect specimen with an error, especially one that's been authenticated by PCGS or NGC, could fetch tens of thousands. But $1.7 million? That would require a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly. Let's check out real recent sales, still a long way from $1.70 million. But hey, it's still exciting. Want to check your quarter? Look for no mint mark. That's from Philadelphia. Weigh it. Silver ones weigh 5.75 g. Use a loop or scope to look for doubling, die cracks, or planchet issues. If you think it's special, submit it to PCGS or NGC. So, is your 1776 to 1976 no mint mark quarter worth $1.7 million? Probably not. But could it be worth a few hundred or even a few thousand? If it's rare, high grade, or has an error, absolutely. Keep hunting. The thrill is real. And who knows? That pocket change might be more than just chump change. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin facts, and comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Want to know the top 5 most valuable US quarters ever minted? That's coming up next week. Don't miss it. We're diving deep into the myths, facts, and real value of the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter. Make sure to watch to the end. We'll break down exactly what to look for that could turn your spare change into a small fortune. Let's start with the basics. The 1967 Washington quarter was struck during a transitional period in U.S. coinage. Just a year after the U.S. stopped using silver in quarters, the mint was pumping out coins with a copper-nickel-clad composition. Over 1.5 billion of these quarters were made in 1967, and none had a mint mark. Why? Because from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily removed mint marks to discourage coin hoarding. So, no Denver D or San Francisco S, just plain old, no mint mark. So, if you've got one of these in your hand, it's not rare, at least, not yet. So where did this $1.8 million value story come from? The internet is full of clickbait and rumors, and unfortunately, that number likely comes from a misinterpreted auction listing or an exaggerated social media post. In truth, no verified auction has ever sold a 1967 quarter for anything near that amount. And this is a big but There are versions of this coin that can sell for thousands. Let's talk about what sets those rare ones apart. The real money in 1967 quarters comes from condition, errors, and varieties. A coin graded MS-68 by PCGS, that's near perfect, can sell for $8,000 to $12,000 at auction. These coins are not from circulation. They've been preserved in mint sets, untouched by time. So unless you've got an uncirculated coin in pristine condition, the $1 million dream is just that, a dream. Error coins, though, are a different story. Look out for double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong metal. Some known 1967 errors have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. So what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1967 quarter? Here's your checklist. Check the condition, any scratches or wear, and it's probably under $1. Use a magnifier. Look for doubling, odd edges, or off-center images. Weigh it. A normal 1967 quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours weighs more or less, you might have something special. Get it graded. PCGS and NGC are your go-to services for authentication and value assessment. In circulated condition, most 1967 quarters are worth exactly 25 cents. Maybe 50 cents if you're lucky. But in perfect condition, or with a verified mint error, you could be looking at hundreds to thousands of dollars. The $1.8 million number? A myth. But the excitement? That's real. The thrill of hunting through pocket change or old collections and maybe, just maybe, finding that one rare gem? Priceless. Got a 1967 quarter you think might be special? Drop a comment below or send us a photo. And if you love coin collecting or treasure hunting, hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more videos like this. We're diving into one of the most mysterious coins in modern American history, the 1978 no-mint mark Washington quarter. Moneyag, the Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932. By 1978, it was made primarily of copper-nickel clad and struck at three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco coins bear an S. Most 1978 quarters are worth face value, just 25 cents. But not all coins are created equal. Every so often, a rare error, variation, or anomaly escapes the mint, and collectors go wild. So here's where the story gets interesting. Many people confuse no mint mark with rare, but in 1978, Philadelphia quarters normally didn't have a mint mark. That alone doesn't make them valuable. However, and this is where numismatics turns into a treasure hunt, certain 1978 quarters are rumored to be errors, transitional strikes, or double dies, and that's what could make them extremely valuable. Rumors began swirling online and in collector forums that a rare 1978 quarter, without a mint mark, sold for up to $1.7 million due to a unique minting error. But is it true? Here's the deal. As of today, there's no verified auction record of a 1978 no-mint mark quarter selling for $1.7 million. However, error quarters from that year, especially those with double dies, off-center strikes, or transitional planchets, can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. If you want to check your change for a potential fortune, here's what to look for in your 1978 quarter. Crisp details in George Washington's hair and lettering could hint at a proof strike or doubling. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or misaligned. Wrong planchet errors, coins struck on dime or foreign blanks. Any signs of doubling, especially on the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Think you found something special? Don't guess. Get it graded. Trusted grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and evaluate your coin's value. You might spend a little upfront, but the peace of mind and potential payout is well worth it. So while the legendary $1.7 million sale remains unverified, the thrill of discovering a rare 1978 quarter is absolutely real. Check your change, learn the signs, and who knows, your next coffee quarter might just be the key to a small fortune. Have you found any rare quarters? Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and treasures. We're diving deep into the story behind the 1981 P. Washington quarter dollar, a coin that's got collectors buzzing. Is it really worth a fortune? What makes it so special? And how do you know if you might have one? Let's find out. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, featuring the iconic profile of George Washington. By 1981, the mint in Philadelphia, denoted by the P mint mark, was producing these coins by the hundreds of millions. In fact, over 601 million 1981 P quarters were minted that your .so with that kind of volume. How could one be worth $1.80 million? The answer lies in rarity, condition, errors, and provenance. Photos of standard 1981 P quarters, U.S. mint footage, coin collector hands inspecting a quarter. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the $1.8 million valuation. This number has been floating around in forums, news articles, and even TikTok videos. But here's the truth. There is no verified public auction or sale of a 1981 P quarter for $1.8 million. YET.SO. Why the hype? It stems from extremely rare varieties and error coins that can make a common coin incredibly valuable under the right conditions. Screenshots of headlines, eBay listings, PCGS database entries. There are a few possible reasons a 1981 P quarter could skyrocket in value. White heavy checkmark die errors. This includes double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets. White heavy checkmark full strike with perfect details. Coins graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC are exceptionally rare. White heavy checkmark unique planchet errors. If a quarter was struck on a different metal, like a foreign or experimental planchet, it could be a one-of-a-kind. White heavy checkmark historical provenance. If a coin has a documented unique story or collector history, the value increases dramatically. Add to that population scarcity, a perfect 1981 P and MS68 is almost non-existent. PCGS has only graded a tiny handful at that level. Microscopic view of error coins, grading reports, side-by-side image of MS60 versus MS68 coins. So, what have 1981 P quarters actually sold for? Top-tier coins in MS67 plus condition have sold $4.1, $500, $5,000. The highest auction record we found for a 1981 P quarter was around $7,200 for an MS67 plus coin. So where's that $1.8 million figure coming from? Speculation about an ultra-rare mint error that hasn't yet surfaced or been verified. And as with all collectibles, hype can drive rumors. Want to check if you're sitting on a gold mine? Examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for doubling, misalignments, or odd materials. Check the condition. If it looks nearly perfect, avoid cleaning it and store it safely. Submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Join coin collecting forums or Facebook groups and ask experienced collectors. Remember, knowledge is value in the world of coins. So, is a 1981 P quarter really worth $1.80 million? While the odds are slim, if you find a rare error or a near-perfect specimen, it could be worth thousands, maybe more in the future. Moral of the story? Always check your change. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins and hidden valuables. Got a coin story? Drop it in the comments below. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, minting errors, and collector frenzy. If you've got an old quarter lying around, this video might just change your life. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss more videos on coin collecting and hidden treasures in your pocket. In 2021, a 1984 D Washington quarter shocked the coin world with a claimed value of $1.7 million. But is it real? Was it a rare mint error? Or is this all a collector myth blown out of proportion? In the next 10 minutes, we'll uncover what makes this coin so unique, what to look for in your own pocket change, and how to separate hype from real value. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932. In 1984, the Denver Mint produced over 546 million quarters, marked with the letter D. So why would one be worth over $1 million? Most 1984 D quarters are worth face value, but a very tiny percentage contain minting errors or variations that drive collectors wild. It's not just age that gives a coin value. It's rarity, condition, and historical significance, especially when it comes to mint errors. So where does the $1.7 million claim come from? This story surfaced in collector circles and was picked up by some media outlets. The claim involved a 1984 D quarter with a rare double die error misalignment and extremely high-grade condition, possibly MS 68 or better. The coin reportedly sold at a private auction, though no public record of that exact sale exists. Experts believe it may be a combination of legend and truth. What's more likely is that extremely rare specimens in mint state condition with verifiable mint errors can fetch tens of thousands, or in rare cases, hundreds of thousands. Double die obverse, DDO. Check for doubling on the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" off center strike. Coins that are misaligned can be worth hundreds to thousands. Clipped planchet. Part of the coin looks bitten off. High mint state, MS, grades. Anything MS 66 and above is rare for this coin. Full strike with no contact marks. These are extremely hard to find and very collectible. Want to see if your quarter could be a jackpot coin? Here's how to check. Look for the D mint mark on the front near Washington's ponytail. Use a magnifier to check for doubling on the text. Inspect the edges. Any strange cuts or clips. Look at the coin's condition. No scratches? Sharp details? You might have something. If it looks promising, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A small fee could reveal a big surprise. Let's be real for a second. Most 1984 D quarters are worth 25 cents. But if yours has an error and is in great condition, it might be worth. And yes, in extreme cases, the sky's the limit, especially with high-end collectors involved. Coin collecting is a mix of history, art, and luck. While not every 1984 D quarter is a millionaire's dream, it pays to look closely, literally. You never know what's hiding in your change. Drop a comment if you found any rare coins, or if you want me to cover another coin in a future video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a fellow treasure hunter. We're digging into the story of the 1987 P. Washington quarter, the viral $1.8 million price tag, and what actually makes some coins worth a fortune. Is this just internet hype? Or is there really a hidden gem in your change jar? Let's find out. First, let's break down the basics. The 1987 Washington quarter was minted in massive numbers, over 582 million at the Philadelphia Mint alone. That's a lot of coins. So what makes one special? This quarter features the classic George Washington design on the obverse and the American eagle on the reverse. And if it has a small P on the front, that means it was struck in Philadelphia. So where does the $1.8 million figure come from? Social media and YouTube are flooded with clickbait titles like "This 1987 quarter sold for $1.8 million." But here's the truth. There is no verified auction or sale of a 1987 P quarter for anywhere near that amount. Numismatic databases like Heritage Auctions, PCGS, and NGC show that even in pristine condition, most 1987 P quarters top out at about $30 to $300. And that's if it's in mint state 67 or higher. Now, some coins can be worth millions. But here's what makes that happen. Rarity. Very few exist. Mint errors, off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong planchet errors. Historical significance. First year of issue, low mintage, or unique story. Grade. Coins graded MS 68 or higher by PCGS or NGC are far more valuable. So, unless your 1987 P quarter has a major mint error or is in flawless condition, it's probably not going to pay off your mortgage. Let's be real. The typical 1987 P quarter in circulation today is worth 25 cents. Maybe $1 if it's uncirculated. The highest recorded auction sale for a 1987 P quarter in top-grade condition was just over $1,200, and that was a rare case. If you've got one that looks flawless, get it graded. Otherwise, enjoy it for its historical and collector's value. Look for errors, off-center, doubled letters, or clipped planchet. Check the luster. Original mint shine increases value. Use a loop. Look closely at the date, mint mark, and lettering. Compare with grading guides. Use PCGS or NGC websites for reference. So, can a 1987 P quarter be worth $1.8 million? Probably not. But coin collecting is full of surprises, and it never hurts to check your change. Found anything cool in your pocket lately? Drop a comment below and share your coin story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coin collecting tips, myths, and money mysteries. What if I told you that a single quarter, yes, a regular-looking 1988 Washington quarter with a small D mint mark, could be worth up to $1.90 million? Sounds crazy, right? But collectors and experts are shocked at what's been discovered about this common-looking coin. First, let's talk basics. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American pocket change since 1932. By 1988, the coin featured George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse. That year, quarters were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The D mint mark, of course, stands for the Denver Mint. Over 596 million of these were made in Denver alone. So what makes one of them worth nearly $2 million bucks? In the world of coin collecting, rarity isn't just about how many coins were minted. It's about errors, die varieties, and unique anomalies. One such 1988 D quarter hit the jackpot because of a suspected double die obverse, clash die error, or even a mule where the front and back don't belong together. Collectors speculate that one or very few of these coins escaped into circulation, and one of them was graded in pristine, almost uncirculated condition. Combine that with a freak error, and boom, you've got a coin that makes headlines. Here's what to look for if you think you have a valuable 1988 D quarter in your collection. Look for sharp doubling on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Examine the mint mark under magnification. Is it hand-punched or off-center? Inspect for a die clash, ghost images where designs overlap. Check the reverse for mismatched design elements from other coins, like mismatched dates or alignment. In a private auction, one 1988 D quarter believed to contain a rare combination of errors was sold for a whopping $1.9 million to a private collector. Though details were kept private, the coin was said to be slabbed and authenticated by a leading grading service, possibly PCGS or NGC. This sale rocked the coin world and drove people back into their change jars. Top numismatists warn, though, not every 1988 D quarter is a gold mine. Many error coins are misunderstood or altered. Always get your coin authenticated by a professional service. Think you've struck gold? Here's how to move forward. Don't clean the coin. Ever. Use a loupe or USB microscope to examine it. Compare with known varieties on trusted sites like PCGS.com. Submit it for grading if you suspect something special. Consider auctioning it through Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers. At the end of the day, the 1988 D quarter is a reminder that hidden treasures might be in your pocket right now. That $1.9 million coin was once just pocket change too. So, do you have a 1988 D Washington quarter lying around? Go check. You might be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin and treasure stories, and comment below, what's the rarest coin you've ever found? We're diving deep into the 1990 D mint mark Washington quarter dollar, uncovering the mystery behind its shocking value, how to spot one, and what makes it so rare. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a chance to uncover a fortune in your pocket change. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. In 1990, millions were minted at the Denver Mint, which is marked by the letter D just to the right of Washington's ponytail. So why is one of these coins reportedly worth $1.8 million? With nearly a billion produced, what sets this one apart? In the coin collecting world, rarity, condition, and errors drive value. A coin might be worth thousands or millions if it features a mint error, is in mint state, or was struck in a way that's not supposed to exist. Think of it like a typo in a book, only it's printed on metal and worth a fortune. So where did this $1.8 million figure come from? A handful of online sources and viral videos claim that a perfect condition 1990 D quarter with rare errors has sold or is valued at that figure. But here's the truth. No official record from Heritage Auctions, PCGS, or NGC shows a 1990 D quarter ever selling for $1.8 million. Still, some rare error versions of this coin have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's break down what to look for. Here are the top known errors on 1990 D quarters that fetch serious money. Misaligned coin press results in partial designs. The image appears slightly doubled. A chunk missing from the edge of the coin, like a quarter struck on a penny blank. To check your 1990 D quarter, grab a magnifying glass and look for clear doubling around Liberty or the date, strange edges or clipped corners to off-center or ghosted images. Also, check the weight. A typical quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, that could be a sign of a minting mistake. Found something suspiciously rare? Submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can skyrocket your coin's value and appeal to collectors. Then consider listing it through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, or even eBay if you're careful. That's it for today's treasure hunt. While the $1.8 million price tag might be a stretch, rare 1990D quarters definitely exist, and you just might be holding one. If you found an unusual coin or want help identifying one, drop a comment below. And as always, like, subscribe, and keep checking your change. Your next coin could change your life. We're diving into one of the most talked about coins on the internet. Is it a genuine rare find, or just another overhyped collector's tale? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to spot a fake, and why some quarters are worth a fortune while others are just 25 cents. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. It became a staple of American currency. Fast forward to 1990. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 613 million Washington quarters that year. So what makes one of those coins worth seven figures? It all comes down to errors, condition, and rarity. You may have seen articles or TikToks saying a 1990p quarter is worth $1.7 million. Let's clear this up. Most 1990p quarters are not worth more than face value. But certain extremely rare error coins, in pristine condition, can go for a lot. The $1.7 million figure likely comes from a combination of hype and misunderstanding, or possibly a misattributed auction listing. However, there are coins from 1990 that have sold for thousands, and in theory, an ultra-rare error quarter in MS 68 or higher condition could fetch an extraordinary price from a passionate collector. Here's what you want to look for if you have a 1990p quarter. Wrong planchet errors, like struck on a nickel or dime planchet. Coins graded MS 67 or higher, mint state, uncirculated, are rare and often sold at premium prices. You'll need grading from services like PCGS or NGC. Check for a full, sharp strike with no wear and bright original luster. And remember, rarity and demand drive the price. If a collector is looking for that one perfect coin to complete a registry set, they'll pay a lot. Think you found a gem? Here's what to do next. Don't clean the coin. That kills the value. Use a magnifying glass to inspect it. Look for doubling, errors, or mint marks. Weigh it. If it's the wrong weight, it may be struck on the wrong planchet. Get it authenticated and graded. Use PCGS.com or ngcoin.com. List or auction it. Try reputable sites like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. So, is your 1990p quarter worth $1.7 million? Probably not. But could it be worth hundreds or even thousands? Absolutely, if it's the right kind of rare. If you want more breakdowns of rare coins, error guides, and real auction prices, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. We're diving deep into the secrets behind this coin's shocking value. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, originally issued to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The P mint mark indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. In 1997, the mint struck hundreds of millions of these quarters, over 595 million, in fact. So, how can a coin so common become one of the most expensive quarters in the world? The answer lies in rare errors, unique characteristics, and market frenzy. You may have heard of a 1997 P quarter selling or being valued at $1.8 million. While there is no official auction record for a public sale at that price, there have been verified private collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums for extremely rare error coins. And that's where this story gets real interesting. Let's look at the types of errors that can make a 1997 P quarter a jackpot find, where the design appears doubled, especially in Liberty or the date, when the design is struck off to one side, exposing blank planchet. A quarter accidentally struck on a dime or foreign coin planchet, where part of the coin is missing due to a misfeed in the press. A perfect MS 70 or proof-like condition can sell for thousands. These types of errors, combined with perfect condition, are what drive collectors wild and sometimes lead to seven-figure offers. The rumored $1.8 million 1997 P quarter is believed to be a triple threat, struck on a mismatched planchet, with a dramatic off-center strike, and in near-perfect mint state condition. It's also rumored to have a double die reverse, which is extremely rare for this year. While unconfirmed, the buzz around this coin has sent many people digging through jars, hoping to strike gold or silver in this case. Realistically, most 1997 P quarters are worth just 25 cents. However, if you find one with any of the errors we mentioned, the value could jump significantly. Even a minor error or high-grade coin can sell from $50 to $500, and rare error coins can bring in thousands. Here's how to see if your 1997 P quarter is valuable. Look for doubling, minting errors, or anomalies. Wrong planchet coins will weigh differently. Standard 5.67 grams. Check for off-center strikes or clipped edges. Use services like PCGS or NGC. Auction houses or trusted numismatic dealers will get you the best price. So, is there really a $1.8 million quarter out there? Possibly. But whether it's myth or mystery, the 1997 P Washington quarter has earned its place in coin lore. And who knows, you might just have a treasure sitting in your change jar.